Clonakilty is a distillery located in the southwestern part of Ireland. When we went to visit, we didn't just go to chug whiskey at the rickhouse. We tried to experience as much as possible. After spending some time wandering the barley fields and literally living our best life, we decided to head over to the actual distillery to talk with real professionals on how it's made. Our last day in Clonakilty was kind of gloomy, typical Ireland weather, which was wet, rainy, and foggy. Luckily, all we had to do was to take a formal tour of the distillery. Clonakilty takes pride in their history, which is part of the reason why this tour is so extensive. Everything from history, to videos, to educating how their whiskey is made, all occurs during one of their many tours they run throughout the week.
Okay guys, so what people usually do is they have a look around here for about 5-6 minutes. We're actually waiting on 2 people as well, so it might be a little bit later. And then we'll watch a introductory video and I'll bring you into the distillery. Okay guys, you are very welcome to Clonakilty Distillery. My name is Donna and I will be bringing you into our working distillery, onto our cask room, and then the best part of the tour, you can all have a few drinks. So I'm just going to show you a little video on it shows you Michael's farm. Michael Scully owns the distillery and he grows his barley there and has a warehouse there. And yeah, it'll show you nice views of West Cork. So I will be back with you just in a minute.
It was largely manually operated, just giving Paul, our head distiller, the opportunity to fine-tune and lovingly handcraft each individual batch. We use our own personal contacts and travel the world to source the very best casks that we can find.
move it closer and angle it up a little bit, love. Hello, love. I feel like I am required to say this now.
There's a lot of things that we should be saying
Move this closer. Microphone.
that we shouldn't be saying.
Right. So we are done with our trip. Our cute little trip to Clonakilty. We had a blast. Honestly, in all seriousness, we had an absolute blast. What would be your favorite part of the trip, do you think?
Getting that negative COVID test.
Seriously, that was the most complicated process we've ever been through. Just because of lack of direction. There was just no solid answer for anything.
No, until you got to the airline, and then the airline had all the answers, and you're like, well, all right, but trying to find it up front is difficult. But we got through. We survived. My favorite part of the trip was probably standing in the barley field, staring at the lighthouse. We both posted that photo by the time this obviously is live, but that was very calming, relaxing, and brought everything full circle.
It was.
It made us realize that we were literally, we were literally standing in Ireland.
Which was sweet. Just seeing those waves crash and even though the weather wasn't the greatest while we were there, it was still surreal to stand there by the lighthouse and everything and just feeling that sea salt and just everything about that trip was just surreal to be on that coastline.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part was probably the kind of series video we did with the distiller. That was super cool just to learn all the intricacies and the electronics that go into distilling whiskey. I mean, he was going nuts on that screen, pressing all these type of buttons, and it was just fascinating to see all that happen.
Yeah, we kind of technically distilled whiskey with him in Ireland. It's crazy just because nowadays so much is automated. But it's nice to be a part of that process, record that process, talk to them about everything, all the steps, and see how they do it from an employee standpoint instead of just kind of like a promoter or like a sales associate standpoint. Because once you get into the nitty-gritty, you learn way more, much faster.
And also another favorite part, would be something that you just said to me a day ago, which is I have a new elevated respect for barley.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
There's just so much that goes into it. You'll see in the videos, if you watch them, there is Clonakilty distills with 60% malted barley and 40% unmalted, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so having something like that, but then having the same process with 100% malted barley, just that change in the way that the grain is made or presented for distillation completely changes the taste, which is just cool to see firsthand as we were at that distillery. That was probably also one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, and everything is so fresh, so you can taste all the grain inside the juice.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot more content coming out, of course. We're just trying to document as much as we can while we can. It's been a long day already, and we're just kind of getting it started. So the first hurdle's complete, and then we got a couple more hurdles to get through, and then we'll be home, start editing and compiling and going over how we want it to all look, and then we'll be sending it out to you. So if you're a Patreon member, keep an eye out because might be some exclusive aspects being sent right over to you guys.
www.patreon.com/Buffalo Happy Hour.
But otherwise, just make sure you follow us on the official Buffalo Happy Hour on Instagram, Buffalo Happy Hour on Facebook, and Buffalo Happy Hour on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe so you don't forget any big alerts for what's coming up. But yeah, we're excited for it. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah. And absolutely a huge thank you goes out to Clonakilty. Thank you so much for entertaining us, bringing us out, just from the sake of hosting us. I mean, there's so much that goes into wanting to market your business and doing all that stuff. So we're just so thankful for Clonakilty to allow us to come out and just bug you guys for 3 days while we recorded inside, outside the distillery, all your barley fields. That was just such an incredible experience. So thank you guys so much for everything, and we hope that this video is great for you. I mean, it crushed it.
Yeah.
I think we did a good job, right?
I think we did everything we could.
All right. Thank you, everybody.